I was built for higher stuff, not to go in a store and stand up.
I almost drowned. I said, I need you to look at mommy and I need you to let me go.
I like to take risks. But something happened to me after Corona.
Every once in a while, it's okay to step into somebody's shoes and say, okay, this is not his normal performance. So what's really going on?
After 2 months and a half, they called me. They were like, attitude problem. We're gonna terminate you.
As we all know, my podcast always starts with a poignant quote. I am a quote person. I live by quotes because I really, really believe that from a quote, you could really exude lessons of life. Today's guest is a very, very special guest to me for many reasons. And the quote that I was able to gather, which emulates him so well, stems from grit. Grit is not all about a stubborn persistence, but also about having goals. It was the most fitting form of compliment that I can give to this special guest, knowing his story, knowing his experience with grit, knowing his experience with downfall and rising from it. It was just so poignant and so relevant that I chose this quote to welcome him today. So without further ado, welcome, Walid.
Valerie, I like when you say poignant. I like this word. I love that.
It's one of my favorites, to be honest. I use it often. And I get a lot of compliments for it, for real. People, it catches people.
Yeah, it's interesting. I loved it.
Talking
about grit, I mean, the beginning, like you having grit without a goal, it can be a trait, like you're someone persistent and maybe a bit obsessive about what you want to do. But once you grow and you know what you want to do in life, and you have a goal, you have an end, like a terminal or like the light in the end of the tunnel, then that trait of grit, it will benefit you like immensely.
So for our guests who do not know you, tell us your story, not the Instagram stories, not the, you are well known. You are well known in your field. You're
only in real estate in Dubai.
Real estate in Dubai is a big deal here,
it's
right?
A big world. It's a big world.
It's so awesome that you're in that world. But in your own words, describe Walid.
Oof, that's a very hard question, That's a very, women, you coaches, you are good with digging deep, I can see it now. But if I describe myself, I'm Algerian. I'm 33 years old. I become 33 years old the 3rd of June. So my birthday was like a few weeks ago. I'm the UAE is like my second country. I'm a cinema enthusiast. But the problem with me describing myself is very hard. Like I see myself through my goals. Like, as I said, I'm a cinema enthusiast. That's what I don't even consider myself as a producer or someone working in the media. This is how I describe. Like I'm a wannabe script writer, I'm a decent producer in the podcasting world. And I want to be like someone who will be known to be a person who revolutionized or helped the cinema world in this region, which is the GCC. So that's a brief, I would say, description. I know it's not the answer you expected, but that's how I see myself.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect because I learned something about you today. As much as I know that you're an amazing producer, I love your work. But to know that you're an enthusiast and that it's really part of your fabric says a lot. Now I understand even more. So all that you're really about.
Yeah.
Now to go back to our quote, grit.
Yeah.
We know that word. We're familiar with it. We exchange experiences pretty often as to what that word in particular what role it has played in both our lives. When is the moment in life that you can say you knew you needed grit to get through this?
Basically, it was Corona. The moment I knew that that's my goal, or that's my purpose in life, was Corona. It was 4 months. It was enough timing to unpack those, because when Corona happened, I was already around 5 years in Dubai, 4 to 5 years in Dubai. So I had time to unpack who I am. I was back then doing recruitment. I had a recruitment agency. I did some jobs here and there, freelancing, self-employed, and events and all of that. I was like, "Wow, wait a minute! I'm a guy who want to be in media. I love media. I love the screen. Why I'm not pursuing it?" The thing is, because of Corona, I also had like this fear of anything can make you far from your family. So I was like, let me bring my family here to Dubai. So me and my aunt, I have an aunt, she lives here, and a sister. We we collaborated to bring the rest of the family, my grandmother, my father, my mother, my brother. They're all here now in the UAE. So I had to also pursue that goal. I brought them here. Then I was like, listen, let me start doing or fulfilling my purpose, which is media. Then I started a podcast called Chekd, like almost 2 years ago. And today I'm sitting here with you.
That's so awesome. But I also know that you had some tough times.
Yeah.
Adjusting and finding yourself here, hitting your highs, hitting your lows, being disappointed. So I want you to elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Just so that we understand exactly where the alignment with grit and who you are today really, really coincide.
All right. So when it comes to grit, when you have grit and you are somehow lazy, because there is the parts in me that are lazy that I had to unlock. For example, I always wanted to do film, and I wanted to do this platform where there is short film, podcasts, and skits and vlogs, where I wanted to create a community of people who are creative and we all work together. Like something like King Bash back in the US. There is also Golden Moustache in France that are now the main production after Canal Plus. They started in YouTube by doing short films, and now they're dominating the production world in France and in Europe. So I wanted to do that here in the GCC, but I didn't know how to edit, and I was like, okay, let me find people who have the same vision, but someone will know how to edit, someone know how to shoot or record, and we will all work together. And I was looking for these people for a good 3 years here in Dubai, and it didn't work. There was a lot of failures. Nobody is as invested as you. So I was like, let me start editing. I was like 28, 29, and I was like, I thought I'm late. It's too late. So I paid a course. I invested in myself. I paid a course to learn editing. I was working in Louis Vuitton back then. I paid the course, and I was like, okay, what else I can do? I can edit now, but I cannot record, and I want to do short films. I tried again with some people. Okay, you can shoot. I have the script and I can edit. We did a couple of trials. The short films, they were not as good as I wanted them to be. I was like, how I can exercise my scripting skills. So I had an idea one day. How if I bring a film that is mainstream and famous, and I change the script slightly? So I was in the metro, and there was like a couple, and the guy was holding the girl from the back because the metro was crowded. And I just remembered the scene from the Titanic. And I was like, okay, what if Jack from the Titanic didn't die? How the story will end. So I brought around 6 films of Leonardo DiCaprio, and there was another film with Leonardo and the same actress, I forgot her name, Revolutionary Road. And I mix and match the scenes, and I made it as if Jack survived the Titanic and he had a life with Rose.
With Kate Winslet.
Yeah, Kate Winslet.
Wow.
Yeah. And that video got me, my first video on YouTube got me 23,000 views. And that was like, and it was like very basic editing. And the way I created the story was very engaging for people. There was a lot of comments. And then I did The Matrix. What if he took the blue pill? And I used 15 films from Keanu Reeves, and it was like a long video of 22 minutes, and people were commenting why this video didn't go viral. And then I knew I have some skills in scripting. And then there was a lot of podcasting studios in Dubai. I was like, wait a minute, my idea involves a podcast. So let me start with the podcast, then go towards the short films because they are harder. Started the podcast, boom. I had my viral clip after 3 months, and a lot of people, they start contacting me. It was in real estate, yes, but it gave me and enabled me to enter the media world. And now we have a company. We are producing podcasts for other people. So it's working for me. And we did 2 short films, and they're both good. The first short film is posted. The second short film will be posted this week.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
So this is to answer your question. The grit is in investing in yourself. And I was editing those videos of the Matrix and the Titanic after working 9 hours in Louis Vuitton, standing the whole day. I came back from work and I always edit till like 2 in the morning, sleep again, repeat. And it's very tedious job to find the right scene that correspond to the script. It's like a very hectic job. You can check it. Chekd Films. You can check it and you understand what I'm talking about.
I'm excited now. I can't wait to see it. But so that's a perfect example of grit, right? You believed in yourself. You refused to give up. However, you were still caught up in the corporate world.
Yes.
Right? So, because that pays the bills. That pays the bills. Yeah. We all know that. We have to do what we need to do to sustain our life.
Yeah.
Right? And you invested a lot in your corporate experience. However, you had a turn.
Yeah.
That was unexpected, and that changed the trajectory of your life.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Basically, I was very, very, I like to take risks. But something happened to me after Corona, after I brought my family. I was working in Louis Vuitton. I brought my family. They were all here, 6 months in, 8 months in, 1 year in. And one day, and my uncle also came from the UK here to start his life here. And one day, so my uncle, my aunt, and my mom, they were sitting, my father as well. And I was looking at them. They all looked so old. These people were my heroes when I was a kid. They were all old. All of them. And I was like, sorry for the word, like after 5, 6, 7 years, I have to take care of these people. You know what I mean? Even though my aunt and my uncle, they have their daughters and sons, but you know, like we're trying to do something here. My father and my mother, they're getting old. They have like a pension back in Algeria, but I want them to be with me. You know what I mean? I don't want to come back each year, once a year to see them. Like if they will live more, 20 years more, I will see them just 20 times. It's not enough. You know what I mean? I want them to be around. And that made me afraid to pursue my goal fully. And I was like, damn, like there's my family and my goal. Like it's you know, it's very like it's very it tortured me for so many years. I was being tortured like at night when I want to sleep, or like I want to pursue my goal. And then I was like, okay, let me do both. Let me start doing editing. That's the editing part. Let me start small. Let me start small. And then I, step by step, I start going towards my goal. And then I had some savings. I wanted to open a beauty salon with my mother. We invested, me and my aunt, in the beauty salon. 8 months in, the beauty salon didn't work. So I lost some money. I invested other money left and right, and I lost all my money. I was like, now my savings are gone. I have just my job, my family. So my dream is a little bit further. Let me just do editing here and then, post on YouTube. Maybe there is some studios, I record 1 or 2 episodes, but I'll focus on my work and my corporate work because I have my family here. And then because I was thinking about a lot about my work, and I started the salon with my mom. My results, my KPIs, and I was working with Louis Vuitton. It's a luxury brand. My KPIs dropped a little bit. I was a top seller in high end. I was selling high end like crazy, and I was selling high end in a store when there is no high end. So I was suggesting high end, meaning croco jewelry, watches, things that are not easy to sell. Croco skin, like ostrich bags. Yeah. So these bags, they are not easy to sell in luxury. They say luxury sell itself, right? But when you want to sell high end, it's not easy. You have to suggest, and I was doing it in a store where there's no high end. Eventually that store started receiving high end just because I was making good results. But my performance dropped for a good 4 months. I was not rock bottom. It just dropped. And the management knew about my investment with my mom for the beauty salon and all of that. So they put me in a PIP, which is PIP is like program
Performance, like
performance improvement program.
yeah.
And it's like just a decent way to fire someone.
Mm.
And I was like, these guys, for 2 years, I was killing it. They know I'm going through a situation. I also had a surgery. I had a hentai hernia. So I did the surgery. After the surgery, like I just came back after the surgery with 15 days. I came back to work, but I have a surgery, right?
Mm.
And they start using it like some sort of, I felt like they're using it against me. You know what I mean? I was not like zero. I just dropped. I was mediocre now. I was better than a lot of people in that company, in the store. But they start giving me this pressure. So I was like, these people, they don't care. I've been here for so many years, killing it. Now and they know that I lost all my money. They know I'm out of a surgery. They still don't care. And that was that moment I was posting my podcast. I also started recording and posting. I was in my second episode. After 2 months and a half, they called me. They were like, attitude problem. We're gonna terminate you. And somehow I felt like that's a relief. Like I kind of liked it. I was like, oh yes. Come back home, and I called my aunt. She was like, listen, it's okay. The family is good. My aunt, she had a promotion in her job, a very big promotion. So I was like, it was the right timing. Not only that, after a week from that, my sister found an amazing job in Abu Dhabi airport. So I was like, I have a window now. I have a window, you know what I mean? So I can pursue my goals. I have a little bit of savings, and I have an amazing girlfriend that she stand with me. She helped me. So I said, I think I'm in the right place. So I was like, let me keep posting these episodes. Let me keep posting on Instagram and YouTube and see what's gonna happen. I'll take some gigs here and there. After 2 months of posting, I received my first DM on Instagram. How much you charge for one episode? And from there, like, I was like, that's the opportunity.
The rest is history.
The rest is, well, not history yet, but it will be soon.
It's history in the making.
History in the making, yeah.
That's, you know what, I as disappointing as that experience might have been for you, I really believe that it allowed you to step outside of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Right? And to really put yourself forth, right? Because your family was, they figured it out. They figured it out.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
It all fell into place. And my hat's off to you for being that man, right? That son, that brother, that nephew, that grandson, that you still put your family ahead of everything.
Yeah.
And put your goals on pause for a little bit. But it took Louis Vuitton to kind of kick you.
Yeah, they had, it's God's plan.
In order for you to say, okay, my family's okay. Now let me pursue this in order for me to be okay.
Yes.
Right? With phase 2 of my life after the corporate world, right? So my issue, and this is a personal issue, is the lack of the human experience in the corporate world. They lacked humility. They lacked the humanity to know that you had surgery and to know that, you were going through some stuff. And I get it. Companies have numbers that they have to kind of, they have to align with their numbers in order to survive. But every once in a while, it's okay to step into somebody's shoes and say, okay, this is not his normal performance. So what's really going on? So in that sense, I beg of companies to kind of and it's any company. We're not pointing fingers at anybody because we understand the corporate world, right? They have numbers to hit.
Yeah.
But the human side of our companies will exist because of incidences like that. Right? Where we get those calls, we get those panic moments from employees, from people who work for us, for people we work with, that things happen. Things happen. If you step back as a leader and say, wait a minute, this is not who he is, or this is not who she is, something must be going on. Let me find out.
There is, yeah, but there is another, like, I mean, just to add up to what you said, I'm not blaming the company.
No.
I'm blaming my line manager and her line manager,
Got it.
which is the store director.
Yeah.
So it's not about the company. I actually want to thank Louis Vuitton for giving me the opportunity to work in the luxury world. Like, it changed my life. It taught me a lot of things. It's not the big brand, because the big brand exists, like they have hundreds of stores. I blame the management of my store specifically, not the brand.
Got it. Yeah, 100%. And we want to clear that up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not the brand at all. When I say to bring the human side out of it, it's the leaders in there.
Yes.
Right? So it's the leaders in the positions
Yeah.
that need to kind of step back a little bit, right? Because I get it. They have the pressure on them as well. They have KPIs that they have to make sure that we meet our KPIs in order for them to survive, right? We get that. We get that. But to say every once in a while, humility and kindness, and to really respect the human experience, to me is something that we need to bring forth, where we just need to remind people to just be human. Just be human. Nothing against anybody, right? But to be human is a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because at the end of the day, things happen. Things happen.
Of course.
Right? But what I'm elated with you about is that could have had you hit rock bottom completely. Because here you are with the image of your family. You made it. You encouraged everybody to come. You had a big vision, and then things were just slowly crumbling between your health and you losing your job and everything all at once. You did not let that define you.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that.
I mean, it was very. The thing is, I think God give you problems step by step to prepare you for a big battle in your life. Yeah. So in 2016, I had a big problem, a big health problem. My life is before 2016 and after 2016. I don't want to talk a lot about what happened, but it was a big health problem, and I survived it. We don't know how. Like my family, they don't understand how I just survived it without medication, with nothing, and I'm fully operational, even an overachiever in society. And this sickness that I had, it means you're socially unfunctional. And I was like, no, I am functional and I will prove it. And I went and I become a high achiever in whatever job I did. When I heard about the news of the surgery, fast forward in I think it was 2022. Yeah. 2022. I was like, no, 2023. It was in 2023. It's when I lost my job. Yeah, it was not the previous January, the January before it. Okay. Yeah. So imagine, I invested around 300,000 dirhams on a investment firm in agriculture, and the guy turned out to be a crook, like a hustler. Yeah. So I was making some money for a good 9 months. And then I was like, okay, it's time to invest on something for my mom. Because my mom, when we were kids, she had a salon. She sacrificed her salon for us, her son, her kids, right? So I was like, it's a good way to pay her back, you know? Let's open a salon and all of that. It was the idea of my aunt, and it was like, oh, let me invest. I have some money. Let me invest. So I invested in the salon. Everything was good. Within a span of 3 months, the guy who we invested with, he turned out to be a crook. We didn't get back our money till today. The salon, it was not working. We didn't have, I was putting money from my salary. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I heard about the surgery. Fast forward, I had 1 month of tests because the surgery is a little bit not complicated, but they have to check if you can, if you can handle it. So it was a little bit risky because my I don't know what you call it, the esophagus or something. Esophagus. It was not strong enough if they're gonna tighten because what's the problem was my stomach was a little bit up 4 centimeters, so I had acid reflexes, a lot of them, and with blood and all of that. So they had to put back my stomach and a little bit make it tighter here. So they have to check if I can swallow after this. So they had to do a test and all of that. It took me 1 month. I did the surgery. After the surgery, with a month and a half, couple of months, I lost my job. So I lost everything in a span of 3 months. The moment that, like, I was sitting, me, the HR, and my line manager, when they told me, like, oh, listen, we like your record with us, but we have to terminate your contract because, you know, you have some attitude problems. I don't even understand. Well, like, anyways, I was expecting I'll react in a sad way. I was expecting myself to be heartbroken. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll cry. And it was very strange. I just asked her, I was like, can I keep the pouch? I was literally thinking about the pouch. And she told me, no, unfortunately. I was like, okay. And I was coming back to the store because they called me to be in a coffee shop next to the mall. And I was like, what? I'm not sad. And then I remember 2016, I've been through hell. The hell I've been through is God prepared me for this day. And I was like, I think I've been through worst. And even in Dubai, in Corona also, we lost our business for recruitment. So I lost before also, like, stuff. And I realized, I think I'm tougher than I thought I am. And then I knew it would be okay. You know what I mean? I knew like I will not suffer a lot. I know I will recover from it. I know that my plan or what God is preparing for me is bigger than working in a company.
And another example of just your grit.
Yeah.
You know, you took all the experiences that led to that day to define what the rest of your life is going to be.
Yeah.
Right? And to me, those are qualities that you cannot just wake up one morning and just come up with. It's developed, it's built, and through problems. Exactly. Yeah. And I think that this generation, which, you know, I'm passionate about the Gen Z and the generations to come, because I think it's our responsibility.
I'm a millennial, but I feel like I'm a Gen Z.
I love them. Yeah. I love them, right? And it's not just because I'm a mom of 2 Gen Zs, right? I just really, really gravitate toward that generation because, as I said, I think it's our responsibility to guide them and to lead them in the right direction when it comes to maneuvering life.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They have no idea. Technically awesome. When it comes to AI and all of that, they came with all of that.
Yeah, they're like
they are geniuses, right? Yeah. But when it comes to the societal and relational components, they struggle because of that disconnect. Because everything is online, everything is screen-based, they really don't know how to maneuver these falls and how to bounce back. So that's why I say it's our job, although I'm a lot older than you, so we're not in the same generation, but it's our generation's responsibility to help guide them through stories like yours.
I agree. Right? I think it's a double-edged sword, what we are living now. The tech world and the virtual world are becoming more interesting and more consuming. Like, they suck your attention in a way that is crazy. But I think humans, in the end of the day, they will always find an adjustment. Something will happen, and it will. If we'll have a problem of disconnect, I think Gen Zs or the human race, they will adjust to it. We will always adjust, I believe. I don't know how, but I have trust. I have trust in humanity, and in God's plan. I'm a big believer in that. There is a plan for all of us, and we're just like variables or like agents of that big plan.
And I like the way you put that, because I always feel that, you know, the experience on earth is like puzzle pieces. Yeah. And we just put those puzzle pieces where they belong, and we follow that path.
Exactly.
Because as I said, this was on my vision board. To have a podcast was on my vision board since COVID. So it's so interesting that
COVID
you said that. COVID does.
What happened to you in COVID, by the way? I really want to know.
Oh, wow. I was in the US. I lived in Atlanta with my family. And when things started to shut down, I, the very bubbly person that I am, said, you know what? I'm going to use this and really pump my family up. We have all the time in the world to be together. We're going to utilize this time and make the best of it. So here we were doing vision boards and, really, really encouraging each other and really having conversations because life slowed down. Life completely slowed down. So it was like we reintroduced ourselves to each other. And I thought it was a really, really good time in spite of the global chaos. I thought it was such a good time to reconnect and do things like a simple vision board. Like, what do we want? Once we get out of this mess, what do we want to do? And having a podcast was one of them.
Okay, what else? In terms of classification, what was the most important one? Was it the podcast or something else?
Oh, it was, you know what? I bounced back from a major life changing experience as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a wake up call for me as well. Right? It's a strange story. I almost drowned and my daughter saved me. We went kayaking.
Oh my God, okay.
And they swore to us that the waters were calm. We had like a 2-minute instruction.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness for life jackets. So we get into the rapid waters and it started to change really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am on a canoe with 2 little girls.
Oh.
And it was the toughest thing I had ever gone through because every time we fell over, I would save the kids because we're stuck under the canoe. We would flip it over, and as a mother, my first instinct, get my kids on that ship.
Yeah.
Get my kids on that boat. Every time I tried to get back on, we would capsize again. So I remember telling my daughter, as clear as I'm about to say it, I said, I need you to look at mommy and I need you to let me go. Because every time I had to, I said, I need you to look at mommy and I need you to let me go. Because and I'm hitting rocks because there are sharp rocks under it.
Yeah.
So I am hearing like the rocks just hit my bones. So it would have been too much for my weight to just get back on. It would capsize again. So I'm looking at by then she was maybe 12 and my other one was about 15. And I said, you got to let mommy go. You got to let mommy go. And it's okay. As long as you're okay, you're going to be okay, right? Mommy will look after you, but we're going to have to do this. That little girl.
She didn't.
Looked at me straight in the face, looking like me, and said, no, mommy. And she told the sister, gear this boat. I'm pulling mommy on. And she pulled me on. And the boat stayed.
She's a leader.
Oh my goodness, she is. She sure is.
Wow.
They teamworked and saved my life.
So that was in which year?
This was this was right before COVID, so 2019. So COVID is about to hit.
To happen, yeah.
You know, so it's the summer before.
Yeah. So that experience with COVID, you had to unpack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it pivoted, right?
Yeah,
pivot mode, right? Which is why pivot mode is such an important word to me.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened. Things happen in our lives and we have to pivot.
You had a high five with death.
I had a high five. Oh, yeah. Oh, and it high fived me.
Yeah.
Because I faced it. I faced it and I agreed and I accepted it for the sake of my daughters. There was no way. It wasn't even a thought process. I was like, I will not get on that boat so that my kids could be safe. And they did not let me.
Wow, girls, thank you for saving the mom. Seriously, like this is.
Yeah.
Damn.
So hence why I'm so grateful for opportunities like this, right?
Yeah.
For us meeting, for us collaborating, for me taking the leap and doing this podcast.
Yeah, I really like, sorry I interrupted you, but I really like what you're doing. What you're doing is that for the people who are watching, it's very interesting because Valerie, she's from New York, she lives here now, and UAE is all about the corporate where everybody works in Dubai, everybody's under a company. And there's a lot of stories that happen at work that either makes you or break you. So what I feel like you want to collect those people, like I said, my story here, that me getting kicked out of the corporate world, it actually was a positive thing, even if it looked or felt or sounded like it's a bad thing, but it turned out to be like maybe the best thing that ever happened to me. And yeah, if you have a story like this, like keep it in the comment, like or contact her. We want to hear it. Like a lot of people relate to what you want. Like a lot of people, they will want to watch this podcast just because they want to see how was the experience for others, because I think 90% of people, they had this experience, that negative experience at their companies.
For sure. And to hear stories of how they bounce back will give encouragement to other people who are going through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That it's not the end. It's really not the end. It's the end of that road, but it's not the end of your journey.
It's actually a new beginning, and maybe a new exciting beginning. That's my story. It was like, I'm so happy. You know, after I was kicked out, I used to work, still I am, till today. I sometimes work straight 12 hours for a week nonstop. I sometimes sleep, like I'm in my computer, I stand up, go sleep for like a good 5-6 hours, and then wake up. What do you do when you wake up? You go straight to take a shower, right? No, I just wake up, come back to my computer, open, continue. And then my girlfriend, she's like, listen, you have to take a shower. Like, I'm like, okay, yes. Like this, and I was happy. Like till now, sometimes I like, there is this months, like you always have like this couple of months that are like hardcore work. And I love them. Like hardcore. We laugh with me and my partners. We have good memories. It's grind and hard work. It's so fun. It's like so fun. Like do more of it. Like, especially if you're doing something you love, enjoy the hard work, enjoy the problems at work, enjoy solving them, because that's the beauty of it. It's not when you make the paycheck. The paycheck is nice, but the grind is what's better. It's what's give you like purpose. You're like, when you wake up in the morning, like you have something to do. I used to wake up in the morning when I was working for people, and I was like, I wake up and I straight away like, I want to sleep again. I hate my life.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a happy guy, even though I hated my life, but I'm a happy guy. I go in the store, I crack jokes with my colleagues. My colleagues, they think I'm a weird guy. Maybe I am, but like, if they meet me now, they understand I'm not the guy I was in the store. I was just making jokes. I was talkative because it was boring. You know, and it was easy for me to sell. So it was not like, I was not stressed. I was selling like, then they were stressing about the target. I was not like, I was closing like easy, but it was boring. You know, I was built for higher stuff, not to go in a store and stand up and, you know, and close, like sell like shoes or bags. You know what I mean? But if they meet me in the real life, I'm a different person. Like, you know what I mean? They might be shocked. Like, is he the guy who was working with me? No, it was just the guy who was bored and he was just talking and throwing jokes. But I was actually deep down, I was like, I'm getting old. My dream is not this. What I'm doing here. I know what I want to do. Majority of people, they don't know what they want to do. I know what I'm born to do. But now when I wake up, like, I sometimes sleep 5 hours and I wake up energetic. It means, you know, that if your brain is hyped to this point, it means you're excited. Like, you know, when you have an exciting thing tomorrow, imagine every day, non-stop, every day.
Then you're never tired of it.
Never tired of it. You want more of it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I cannot thank you enough for today.
You're welcome.
I loved sharing stories with you because
Same here.
I love hearing your stories.
Thanks.
Now, and we spoke about this, of how ending the podcast with a really, really exciting, because we're both fireballs. And our energy really complements each other. So I decided to end the podcast moving forward with fire words. Like, I'm going to shoot a word to you and you tell me, and you spit out the first thing that comes to mind.
I like it. Look,
are you ready?
1 second.
We got this.
Let me get ready for it.
We got this. And you have no idea where they're coming from.
Go ahead.
So it has to come from the gut. It has to come from your core.
Okay, go ahead. Let me turn on my creative side. Go ahead.
Boom. Family.
Mother.
Grit.
Your passion.
Honesty.
Uncomfortable conversations.
Mm. Experience.
Thrill.
Vulnerability.
Crying.
Manhood.
Putting other people before you. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Putting people and leaving yourself the last one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Lastly, gratitude.
Oh, that's a big one. So with me, that's a problem because I'm grateful for my life. But okay, gratitude for me is peace of mind and a healthy brain. And that's related to 2016 because that's the biggest, I think having a mental problem is the worst thing that can happen to someone. And if you survive a mental problem, you can survive anything in the world except war. So war is a bigger beast to fight. And hopefully we'll never live wars here.
That is the hope. But I agree. So to have mental clarity and to have
mental health, being mentally healthy or being having a sane brain, it's a blessing. Like it's if you lose your sanity, it's so hard.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. So you're grateful for that.
I'm grateful for having a healthy brain, and I hope it will stay healthy till the day I die. Like I don't want to have Alzheimer.
It will because you fuel it. You fuel it with creativity.
Yeah.
You fuel it with, your love of what you do, your love for the people that you do it with.
Actually, that's even a very important point. Like there is a study that find out surrounding yourself with the best people or with good people, it's a biggest factor of longevity in life and mental health.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. That's why I don't mind driving an hour to come to to chill with you.
Coming from Abu Dhabi, this
lady.
But she's used to it. She's from a big country.
Listen, this is what we do. This is Long Island to Manhattan every day for me.
By the way, we need more Americans here. Listen, we need culture.
I'm going to bring them. That's the goal.
Yeah.
But once again, thank you so much for blessing
You're welcome,
me today.
Valerie. I loved it.
We have so many more to come, right? This is just the beginning of our work together.
We're going to do great things.
I think so, too.
I promise you with that. I promise
think so,
you.
too.
All right?
I think so, too. Just wanted to close out by saying thank you for joining us. And if you like what you saw today, what you heard today, if you felt connected to us today, please feel free to,
comment
and subscribe and to both avenues. So
please. I also have a podcast. It's about real estate. It's quite boring.
No, it's not.
It's not like cool like this one. But leave your story if you have something similar, corporate world, especially in the UAE. If you want to pass in this podcast, try to look for Valerie, DM her, and we want to hear your story.
Absolutely. Once again, thank you very much, kind sir.
You're welcome, Valerie.
Till next time.